let's first start with the best game, the game that we will talk about for years and years and years, the game that will go down as one of the greatest NFL games of all time, and that is the Buffalo Bills at Kansas City Chiefs. NFL divisional round, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. It doesn't get any better than that. And this game had all the fixins, all the fixins. This game had all the fixins. It had Josh Allen being incredible. Hell, wasn't it Gabriel Davis finishing with an NFL record 4 touchdowns in the postseason that for a wide receiver is incredible to me. Josh Allen was perfect. And the thing about it was, you know how a quarterback will make a mistake, and it's like, that mistake's going to cost him. Josh Allen didn't do that. Like, this game was perfect in Josh Allen's side and Patrick Mahomes. Now, at the end of the day, Kansas City Chiefs won 42-36. But the reason why we're going to talk about this game as one of the greatest games of all time is, of course, the ending, but the storylines in the game. Josh Allen playing probably the best football we have ever seen him play. He had the best game. And this is coming off of a game where he scored 47 against Bill Belichick and that Patriots defense. He was playing the best game he's ever played, in my opinion. Like I said, Gabriel Davis, 4 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs was big in big moments. He wasn't really the focal point because, of course, the defense is going to try to take Stephon Diggs out the game, and they did a decent job. But Stephon Diggs made big plays when he had to. I'm trying to quantify. Okay, let's go to the fourth quarter. Going back and forth. Josh Allen is playing great. Patrick Mahomes is playing great. Tyreek Hill is playing great. Travis Kelce's playing great. Stephon Diggs is playing great. Gabriel Davis is having the game of his life. And you get to 13 seconds. They're going back and forth scoring touchdowns or field goals. First of all, the dude, Harrison Buckner. The dude says, the commentator guy, I don't remember what his name is. He's a former NFL kicker. He says that Justin Tucker is the best field goal kicker in the league. And nobody can negate that. Nobody can question that. The stats are there. But then he said, but number 2 was Harrison Buckner. After that, Harrison Buckner missed a field goal and an extra point, which was more fitting because, you never know until you know, but more fitting because if he would have made that, we wouldn't have had the craziness that we had at the end of the game. However, fourth quarter, going back and forth, Patrick Mahomes scoring touchdown, Josh Allen scoring touchdown. Both defenses are tired. Tyrann Mathieu out the game with a concussion. I hope that he comes back next game or in the AFC Championship. But about 150 left in the game. Josh Allen, they're marching down the field. Actually, I think it's like 110. Marching down the field. You have about 20 seconds left. Run a play. Josh Allen throws a dart in the end zone to Gabriel Davis, leaving 13 seconds on the clock. And everybody, it's crazy because you felt it. You knew it. Everybody on Buffalo Bills side, every Buffalo Bills fan, every Bills Mafia, they felt to themselves. And half of you, think about your body split in half. Half of your body thought, wow, it's only fitting that this game ends with Josh Allen throwing Gabriel Davis, who's caught his 4th touchdown of the game, ending it pretty much in a walk-off. It's only fitting. These two quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, are going to be here for years. So it's only right that this ends the way that this ends. That's what half of you feels like. Half of your body, the Bills sideline, the Bills coaching staff, the Bills players, Bills mafia, that's how they feel. Then you have your other side of the body. Then you have Patrick Mahomes. You have the Kansas City Chiefs team, Kansas City Chiefs fans. You think 13 seconds. What can you do in 13 seconds? They went for it for 2, so they're up 3 points. What can we do in 13 seconds? And then you think to yourself, "Oh, the Cowboys." The Cowboys were in this situation just a couple days, or just a week ago. Didn't go too well. And they had more time, but 13 seconds, half of you says, that's not a lot of time, but we have Patrick Mahomes, and we know we have Travis Kelce, we have Tyreek Hill, fastest play. We have a chance. So you can feel a divide at that moment. In yourself, you can feel a divide with fan bases. You can see even the crowd. The Bills fans were going crazy, but the Kansas City Chiefs fans it was like a nervous optimism. And then Patrick Mahomes happened. First and foremost, a lot of people are getting on the Bills. Should they have swift kicked? I think that would have been a smart idea. I mean, you don't want to give Patrick Mahomes, room. You don't, and you want to run as much time off the clock. The fact that you didn't do that, that's going to be talked about for a while. But I mean, I would have done it, but I understand. It's either you swift kick and you have a chance where a player can run it back, or you kick it and have them start on the 20-yard line. You know what I'm saying? So I get the gist of it, but a lot of people are going to talk about should they have swift kicked it to, or should the Bills have swift kicked it to take some time off the clock. But then Patrick Mahomes happened. Slicing and dicing, giving the ball to Tyreek Hill, who just scored a touchdown, and then Travis Kelce being clutch, getting it into field goal range, and then Harrison Buckner finally making a damn free throw. I mean, a field goal and going into overtime. In 13 seconds. He went down the field in 13 seconds. And all you can think to yourself is, hey, that's Patrick Mahomes, bro. This man is incredible. This has been one of the best games I've ever seen. There's games like there's moments, but there's not really. Moments make games great. Like we know the Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary game. I think it was against the Vikings and the Bears. We know about the back and forth slugfest between the Rams and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs when the Rams had Jared Goff. I think it was a Monday Night Football game. I think it was like 58 to 53 or something like that. Like it was a slugfest. We remember the Seahawks Super Bowl where all they had to do was run it, and then we also remember the Seahawks Super Bowl where they destroyed Peyton Manning and the Broncos. Great games are defined by moments. And I think this game had so many moments. It could have been the 2-point conversion where, Stephon Diggs made an incredible catch. It could be Gabriel Davis catching 4 touchdowns. It could be Josh Allen never wavering, even when it looked like, Tyreek Hill just burnt the entire defense to score a touchdown. We're about to lose this game. And I think one of the biggest moments, however, and people have been dissecting it since the game ended, was the overtime, was the coin flip. Now, both teams were tired. Both defenses were tired. Both teams were playing the best that they could possibly play. And you had the game pretty much, and you knew whoever was going to get this ball first more than likely was going to win the game. Kansas City Chiefs defense was struggling with, Tyrann Mathieu being out. and the Bills defense was struggling because they were tired. And when you have Tyreek Hill playing at his top form, when you have Travis Kelce, McCole Harmon, Pringle, when Jared McKinnon was going crazy, like they were tired. So you knew whoever had this ball first was gonna win this game. And of course, lo and behold, Kansas City Chiefs won the game. Or Kansas City Chiefs got the ball, they won the game on a Travis Kelce touchdown. Now, I will say this. Do I think there needs to be tweaking to the overtime rules? Yes. But I'm also not going to say the reason why it needs to be tweaked is because of this game. For a while now, we've seen games decided where, hell, a couple years ago, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs against Tom Brady and the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots ended overtime. Patrick Mahomes didn't even get to touch the ball. It's happened time and time again, and every single time we have this conversation, should they change the rules? I do believe so. Now, a lot of football purists are going to say, well, it negates the whole 60 minutes that they just had. No, I get that. But I think it's crazy to me that a game where you have athletes at their top form and you have people playing as good as Josh Allen in the Buffalo Bills and Patrick Mahomes in the Kansas City Chiefs, the fact that one team touched the ball in overtime is crazy to me. Now, I understand these are top athletes, and if you're a top athlete, more than likely it's going to be scoring back and forth. But it's again, I do think the rule needs to be changed. I don't think it should go straight to college because these are top athletes, and to put the ball at like the 10 or 15 yard line to see if they're going to score, that's not going to work because this is the NFL. They're going to score every time. Unless it's like a bad team or something. But I couldn't imagine the Bills having the ball at the 15-yard line saying you have four, go try to score. and them not scoring. Same with the Kansas City Chiefs. So I do think it needs tweaking, but this game is, it's unfortunate that it ended that way, but this game is not the biggest reason or not the talking point to why the rule needs to be changed. Because it's been like that for years, but this game was incredible. I felt so bad for Josh Allen, man. I know I keep saying his name. I felt so bad for Josh Allen, man. This is one of those games where, you went in thinking, okay, I guess I'll be on blank side, or I guess I'll be on blank side. But because both teams were playing so good, it was, man, it was crazy. It was crazy to me. And I'm excited. I'm more excited the fact that we're going to see this for years to come. You have 25, 26-year-old quarterbacks. That was one of the greatest games we've ever seen. Shouts out to Kansas City Chiefs. Shouts out to Buffalo Bills. The Kansas City Chiefs, of course, won 42-36. Now, of course, you're gonna say it's a failed season if you're the Bills because your goal was to get back. You got one round less than you did last year. However, when you're playing against Kansas City Chiefs and you're playing in Arrowhead and you're playing against a fairly healthy team, even though Tyrann Mathieu did go out in the game, it's tough for anybody. A lot of people were saying they only beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. Yeah, but they scored like 6 straight possessions. So it's tough. I think now it would be different if they would have went into Kansas City, and when I say they, I mean Buffalo. If Buffalo would have went into Kansas City and just laid an egg and was just terrible, then I would understand. All right, yeah, that was terrible. But both teams the Bills have absolutely nothing to to feel bad about. Josh Allen didn't make a bad pass. it was just the better team won. Both teams played the best that they could, and of course the overtime situation. But the best team won, and they gave us the greatest game we've ever seen. In my opinion, one of the greatest games we've ever seen. So shouts out to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning and advancing to their fourth straight AFC championship, winning 42-36 against the Buffalo Bills.